Hello. Welcome back. Oh. Playing stuff. No. Is it loading? Are you 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 loading? No. It's not loading. Like that fun. I have no idea what that is, but okay. Oh, that's gonna mess that up big time. There we go. I don't know why I wasn't capturing the image at all. So that's fun. Alright. Don't know what that was about, but alright. Oh yeah, I just needed a... I was tired. I just needed a break. And a big pipe and hot bowl of spaghetti. Spaghetti. Not far enough. I also like realized I've just been really warm for like the last couple hours. So like put on like AC to a lower setting and I'm gonna deal with that. See how that works out. I really just needed not to be sitting here. That's what it was. That's what it was. I just needed to want to eat food because I guess I'm just used to waking up and having food, and that's just part of it. Because I didn't realize I was gonna be that hungry because I got used to eating as soon as I wake up, essentially. And also, like, I really did not sleep at all last night, apparently. So I needed some more time to just to rest. Not just jump into things as I did. I don't know, maybe I just not awake until the afternoon now. Maybe that's what it is. So that's part of it. I don't know if I'm gonna continue doing Shaymin hunts. I thought about like maybe doing something else. I couldn't think of anything else to do. I wanted to do, so that was part of it. I also don't know. I should look to see how much I've worked this week in this time sheet. I don't know if I incorporated everything. So on Tuesday in it, I was in a meeting from 4:30 to just until 6:30. No, I was in a meeting earlier than that. I don't know when we finished. That's a good question. I know it was a bit. Take medding, put like a neck and numpty. I'm just thinking about things I need to do today. Get done. How long was the meeting? That's a good question. And I've already worked a little bit today. Thank you for lurking again, Jimmy. I'd like to get a better time for you, sir, but I don't know what. So maybe we can work on that a bit. Hopefully Thursday start working out. I'd like to have you interactive. If I can get you. I don't remember how long that meeting was. That's a really good question. So I know I went at like 2 o'clock to get the rental. Then usually the meeting's like 3-ish. That's 3:30. It's not until 4. I said it was it was at least 2 hours, so I might need to work an hour on that. We'll see. Joy Jimmy, good to see you. I said that already. That's where we were. I just got tired. I don't know. We could do like DAs or something if you guys are interested in that. As long as I'm hosting it, it works. I just have to be hosting it. So, that's just part of it. That was kind of dry too. Know what that is about. Nith, we were about to start. Neath. That's the god. Neath. Yeah, we hadn't started talking. Like I think you posted a message about it. To be honest, I was so out of it that I don't remember. Because I did. What did I do this morning? I had a conversation with somebody I worked with this morning before I streamed. I just don't remember how long that was. That's a good point. 7:40 till I went to stream, so about 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. So, 20 of 60 is a third, so it'd be 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. Doing maths. I'm gonna have to make a new line on that list. So, Nith is one of the subjects of the project. Escaped to Salvation City. Following the direction of the billboard pointed to sanctuary. Oh, I put it 2 in there. He escaped Salvation City to go to and went to Sanctuary. Got it. 4 months into the project, so everyone doing pretty well when he made the escape. I guess it's fair. Going mobile only for a minute. 1:60. It's been a minute. What are you doing? I don't know. We have people who are interested in DAs. I don't. We kind of need to wait till get some more people in here before I do that. I would say. I wouldn't be opposed to it, I don't think. I don't know if it's I'm tired of this or I just was tired this morning. Like, it's not like for the few minutes we've been back now, I'm not feeling like I'm not feeling out of it, so it's been okay, but I don't know if that's part of why I was like tired or anything. I'm already doing DS. I already doing DS. I'm dead. Yeah, I do need to finish some of them. But I mean, if I really wanted to, I really did think about doing an OOTRC. Just be like, yeah, screw the rest of the day. I'm just playing OOTR. Whatever happens, happens, man. But I had a weird experience when I was today, because I made the spaghetti, and typically spaghetti, like Italian, and especially pasta, fills me up really easily. I ate the whole bowl and was still hungry. I was like, what is going on? That's weird. I don't know what I did. Did I put the bowl in the sink? I did. Okay. I don't remember doing that. But I was like still hungry. I'm like, what is going on? Like, am I feeling sick, or is it that I'm sick, or is it that it hasn't processed yet, and that's part of it? I just hadn't processed yet. I don't know. I think I might have like a slight fever because I'm really warm. Like, I turned the air conditioning like 5 degrees down and I'm still really warm. And I have this fan going and I'm still really warm, so but I was still hungry after I finished the bowl of spaghetti. I've been warm, so I don't know, man. Say escape would be generous. It was a biologist trying to ensure that at least one of them escaped. He never wanted this to happen. He was going to raise him normally as he is before his order went through. Oh, he wanted, but so so like the biologist, it was the alchemist, and that doesn't sound right. the scientist, and there was 3. And the project was 12, right? So did each of them have 4, or like something else happen with it? Smash, put a bit of sabotage, need help, need to escape. I mean, yeah, okay. Understand that. Oh, be cool off. I don't know what it is, man. I just was been hot since last night. It's not like it's warm or anything. It's like 60 degrees. But I don't know. So I'm getting rest by not sleeping, but just laying down in my bed. I don't know. So that's part of it, I guess, too. I don't know. We could potentially do a poll if we want to do that. If you guys want to do DAs a little bit, I'd be going for Solgaleo. Because I did that. I've done... And I did a few with Kong, a few with Jimmy, a few by myself, so that would be what I'd be going for. And then I kind of want to hunt down some other ones. Best Stunfisk is tanky. Stunfisk is not a bad Pokemon. It's kind of a mad Pokemon, you know? There is a, Insurgence actually has a Mega Stunfisk, and it's actually really good. So, I know. I got to the point where I was like in bed and I was like, this kind of feels like how I was this whole semester, where I just was running myself into the ground, kind of. And then I got to the weekend and just like felt horrible. So, yeah, I mean, ground and electric is a great typing too. Unless it's Galarian, then that also is, was that ground steel? Yeah, that's still a good typing. I'm pulling a minute. I have pulling a minute. I'm dead. That I could probably, I don't know. I've wanted to do. I'm kind of wanting to do an OOTR again because I've seen a few of them. So yeah, there's Solgaleo and Latios. I know I have not Lati. I got Latias. I have Solgaleo, I think Bulu, and maybe Tree Fairy. I don't remember what the last one is. You died. I don't know. Thank you for I guess it was Dave whose sub ran out yesterday, Wednesday or whatever it was. Yeah, Wednesday. No, Thursday. We stream on Thursday. Because it's back to the number. I'm just surprised that we're at 20, like 21 subs. Like, it's crazy. I appreciate that, guys. Like, also, I want to point out that the money is not like, you don't have to give me money, but and if you just want to be here following and part of the channel, communicating and everything, perfectly okay with me. But if you do want to support monetarily, there are options for you. But no pressure to do that. We have a pretty generous community here, so I'm not too worried about that. Also, like, there's no reasonable way that the community that we have could fund the amount of monetary needs I have to make this something that I could do more often. But it's what it is. I don't know if we want to see DAs. Like, do we have anything else we want to see maybe today? I don't know if I want to hunt Shaymin or not. I'm not against it, I guess. But I was talking the first stream of the day that I was like, I kind of feel like I want to do something different. I don't know. I mean, this has been my longest hunt for a while. So I don't know if Arceus kind of spoiled me and I'm ready to get back to faster paced hunts, or I'm just kind of here. Well, we could, but I know something else is going to win that, so we might as well just come up with ideas for what we want to do. Why am I being pinged in a Kirby Trap album post? Oh, because it's Andy's from the other day. I do find it really funny how some, like, you post a tweet, like, oh, the stream was great. Thank you for so-and-so for rating, so-and-so for subscribing, and yada, yada, yada. We went to this person, and then, like, a couple days later, somebody will react to it. It's like, that was such a long time ago. Well, that's a really cool color scheme. I'm gonna have to look at that. It's green, blue, and pink. I feel like that's something. I don't know. Missed messages. I'm chatting, so I'm behind a little bit. I haven't got past Xerneas Sogalia yet, really. There was 7 subjects, so not 12. Added 2, sort of, but it can make better plague blood. Biologist made the other 7. It was 7 subjects. Scientist and Felix had added 2. And so the original 7 are made by the biologist, and then the scientist and Felix added 2 together, or 2 themselves. So that would be adding 4 or adding 2, as a total of 9 or a total of 13. Total 9 or total 11. No, I got 13. So yeah. Well, you would get used to this tangent. Supreme likes to finish thoughts before continuing on. I very much do, yeah. Because I know how my brain works. If I stop and read something else and just go off on that, I'm gonna forget where I was. So it's 9 total. Okay, so added 2 together on the page. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, I just wanted to be caught up with everything. Realistically, what do I have to do? That's a good point, because that's always the question. It's like, you guys don't know. In my Discord, I've shared my the games I have, but something off the cuff would have to be either what I have. That's a good question. Is what I have layouts for. It could be any Switch game because I have a layout for it. I could just use the Rocket League one. So it could do any Switch game that I've played, except Octopath because I had to have Kong for that. We could shiny hunt in any regard. With a Switch game, I could play Dead by Daylight because I saw that's what the layout's called. But it's Dead by Daylight. I also did Resident Evil off that layout too. I have Unite layout. Do I have a Unite? Is it specifically Unite? Oh, it's just that. Okay. I don't know why that's the thing. I'm actually gonna get rid of that because I don't need that anymore. All right, and then that was Octopath, which we can't do because I need Kong. What else do I have on here? Ocarina of Time. I have the hardcore. I don't know if I'd want to do. I probably don't want to do the hardcore. So I have a hunch that it'll be over if I do it. So let's not. That one that I can't do, I can do XD, but I can't, and that one's another stream. So, what did I stream Minecraft with? I don't know. I guess I could do Minecraft as well. I kind of deleted that layout because I figured I wasn't going to be streaming it anymore. I don't know. I'm okay with this though too. And you're gonna ask the question that I literally cannot answer ever. So, yeah. I can't answer that question about what I want to play today because I have no idea. Net escape in a sanctuary zone, living the rest of the day, sanctuary at the bottom of the barrel, after musician time. Game starts. I could play Hunt as well. Find a way to get Smite up, or God forbid Valorant. Yeah, let's not do Valorant. You see me suck at a video game, man. I'm gonna ask you what you're most in the mood for. Well, that's basically the same question now, isn't it? So, double points per DVD. I hate DVD though. That's just what the layout's called because I haven't changed it. Oh, do you have the other Resident Evil game? So I could play Resident Evil 0. And I don't remember what else is on the layout. I got Battle Block, I got Halo, Smite, Ocarina. I don't think I'd want to play Smite, Halo, Battle Blocks, or Castle Crashers. Hunt, I would get bored with quickly. Would assume. So, because I know that game gets very frustrating as its own. Also, I hope you found the right Discord. You did find the right Discord. It's pretty cool. I don't have Resident Evil 7, sorry. I have Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil 1. I was gonna buy 2 and 3 at they had a bundle pack that when it closed on like the 10th of May. I didn't buy it. I bought what's it called? Hollow Knight instead. And I bought Hunt. So actually I think Hunt's free. Yeah, Hunt's free. That's what I got instead. I streamed 1. And the other reason I streamed that one was because DC was like, can you stream this while I'm here if I buy it? And I'm like, alright, fine. I actually really enjoy Resident Evil. It's sometimes not my shtick. Yeah, I was 1. Sometimes it's not, you know. Yeah, I know. I know Pixel was playing it. What do you get? It's like, what is it? I was looking over at the joke. So, do 0. I know, we could make that another... I don't know if I'd do this a series after, maybe. What's it called? Skyrim. That one. Yeah. I mean, I kind of know what I want to do next after Skyrim. But it also requires me getting some stuff to do it. I feel like it'd be the game to do it with. Well, and its power is like an ant, 4 arms, fabulously fast, very good swell, very good muscle memory. People climbing walls and ceilings, so he's Ant-Man. Got it. There's own living the rest of the day. I read the music thing. I mean, you have such a diversity of characters. I find it cool. A lot of them I do see are based off of like some kind of creature, like animal or something. I really want to play Resident Evil though. I could just stream Fire Force where I'm at, and you guys could just suffer, not knowing what's going on. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I might have watched an episode of that while I was eating lunch. I haven't so I make suggestions. I'd like you to see. You could do. Well, I like that you guys are giving suggestions, but I'm not saying I want to see. I see you. I need some person first dialogue, not just you. I don't need you to tell me what I can do because I know what I can do. I need you to tell me what you want to see because I don't know that. I don't know, I'm between this DAs and maybe one other thing. I haven't. What else do I have to get done today? I mean, could do an OTR. I'd say I'd like to see Resident Evil 7. So you would like to see Resident Evil 0? Well, then just say Resident Evil 0. What I'm clarifying is the way you phrased it is that I could do it, not that you wanted to see it. So saying I want to see it is different than saying you could do it. So, but that, yeah, the clarification you made there is helpful. I think that's cool. I do like the idea of playing Resident Evil. I'm just not sure it's something I'd want to do today. Nah, it's alright. And didn't invoke an emotion for me to want to do it. Evoke. Why does that give me an idea for something? I just don't know. Am I watching some Zelda today? I do have Breath of the Wild. No, I'm not doing Breath of the Wild. Yeah, Smite would get boring, Hunt would get boring, so neither of those. Apex I haven't played in decades. At this point. Well, that was shiny, honestly. If you look at the animation, the petals pop up and there's some blue petals because there's blue flowers here, and it just makes me think that there's a shiny Shaymin on the screen. I'd like one more solid option. I just don't know what that would be. You know, something that sounds good. It's a lot of fun last time. I mean, I'd like to play someone other than Hercules once in a while, but you know, it's fine. It made me good at Hercules, so. But it would get boring to play by myself, yeah. Plus, I would end up having that. Also, I haven't played Smite in a long time. So. That's my thing with playing Smite is like I don't like to have a designated role unless I only know how to play like one character, and because I've studied I don't know about a dozen because I'm trying to get the I was trying to get the ranking achievement done. That's the thing. I would say Dead by Daylight, but I know we don't have a full squad, and also I haven't played that in longer time frame. Nor do I feel like doing it, really. Character found captured to become playable. Huh. His fingers are specifically extremely fast. Point he can turn a single fire pistol into a rate of it. Oh jeez, so he would win in domination. Got to see it. Good to see it. Do I want to jump into Resident Evil? I don't know how long Resident Evil is. Let me look that up. We'll see. You want to see me play Pokemon Unite? Really? Resident 0. Let me look at the walkthrough, because that'll be the best. Basement laboratory factory treatment plants. Didn't we do that one? No. The training is in Bloom. Oh, there's more. The training facility. Basement laboratory factory. So it's gonna be probably longer than the first one we did. If I did that, I'm good. I'm good not to. Let's save that for a series. How about that? Gotta add that. Sorry, my bad. So let's save that for a series. I wouldn't want to see Unite. Okay, I see that now. Shaymin SDAs, you said you wanted a fourth. And potentially. It wouldn't. Yeah, I misread that. That has gotten so boring. I mean, they started adding the feature that they added. I think is pretty cool, honestly. It's they added you can catch the wild Pokemon like after you beat them, and you can use them instead of the one you have. So like you just run around with loot. Like it adds a very big roster to the game. I'm not skillful with Resident Evil 0 because I've never played it before, so it'd probably take closer to 12 hours. His muscle memory gives 4 hours in load game. Oh, cool. Just imagine how fast a dude could reload a pump out shotgun with 3 hands. He has 3. Oh. Yeah, obviously he's one the whole hand, so he's got 4 hands, and then he's the arms. That's fair. I don't know why SO2R sounds really good. Alright, I'll throw that on there. Saw that on Twitter. What'd you see on Twitter? Oh, the Pokemon Unite thing. I kind of like to do it with you guys, though. I kind of rather do something like that. Well, somebody's playing Octopath that I follow. I'm gonna watch that stream. See how what their layout looks like. Sorry, I'm curious. It's probably just full screen, I would assume. I think that's how they do their stuff. Or they're offline. Oh, they're doing Therion's story. Full. Yeah, that's a full screen. Yeah, full screen is probably the best idea for Octopath, let's be fair. Alright, I'm good. I just wanted to see it. Who was I watching? It's a good question. Oh, that's who I was watching, right? Oh, I was gonna say we could play. I could pull up the Mega Collection and play Sonic 2 or something, but I have to get a different copy for that. Starting something new is Minecraft. I'd have to remake a layout, I guess, but yeah. I don't know what else I would want to do in Minecraft. That's kind of what I was thinking of. Like, the thing you didn't see is I got, not repeaters, but I got daylight sensors and I made redstone redstone lamps. So that's something new that I added. But honestly, it was just literally going to the nether, harvesting glowstone and not dying to a ghast, so. We could actually get blazes and do the net and find the stronghold, because I did find a stronghold, not a stronghold. What is it called? Another fortress. While I was working through stuff. Again, I'd have to make a layout for that or something. Yeah, let's not do Minecraft. Let's not do Minecraft. I don't want to do that. It's a lot of work. A lot of work. Do 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 do. Let's just go with the 3. I don't feel like there's a 4th game I'm gonna want to choose, so just go with the 3. Quit telling me there's a back-end fetch failed. I want to see the thing. Done janked up my my move thing. I have the shadow Pokemon moves pulled up on the tab, and Bulba P has been having issues in the last couple of days. So I get my sprites off of their Bulbapedia Guardian? Yeah, 5's long. I don't know, it's long enough. But I get my sprites off of the Bulba Guardian. Bulba Garden. Jeez, why did I put an extra A in there? And it was down when I was trying to get it, so I got stuck on editing a bit, but that's where I got my. It has the moves for it too. When you first met him, he assumed your character also escaped Salvationists. Tell him no, you're still part of the Salvationists, which leads him to freaking out because he thinks the Salvationists will finally find him and come and drag him back to hell. Sorry. Nice. Oh no, I'm still with the Salvationists. It's like, dude. He just sits there and just like,
Calm yourself, man.
Got him. I will say another poll you guys can go vote on. Please go over to the Discord and check out the in the Share Things channel. You can vote on what's after X and Y. The way you said that, Guardian, or what? The way I said. Oh, the way I said.
Calm yourself, man.
I don't know, dude. It was like 3 a.m. and I was just it hit it different. In the comments, dude, I've been recording nonstop this week. Okay, I've recorded like every day this week, the last like 7 days. Okay, not that long. Uh-oh. I put some flair on it. That's all. I'm gonna add my vote to this because, you know, I'm gonna have an opinion on it. So I have a hunch that it's all for naught, but you know, we'll see. In the comments, is Nico the one who's voting for OTR? Well, we could potentially maybe do Resident Evil as the next thing. I feel bad for you, Nico, because sometimes, like, I feel like I keep saying no to your ideas. We're getting there. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at, but okay. Oh, what did I press? That was not the button. Press the wrong key. Why is it like? I don't understand what's going on right now. I don't understand what's going on right now. He's nice chill guy, comes with that Salvation's finding him comes up and goes from 0 to 100. 0 to hero, just like that. Why I want to do a poll when you want to continue Shaymin? Because I decided I wanted to continue Shaymin. I don't know. It's not that I want to continue Shaymin, it's that I don't want to change things. It's just I don't want to be lazy. No. I'd like to put together I do want to put together a list of games I want to do a series on, because now that we finished Skyrim and I have a long bit of time before Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, or Jedi Fallen Order 2 comes out, or Sonic Frontier or anything like that comes out, so I'd like to get everything caught up. I'm surprised Nika didn't vote for DAs then, but I don't know. Yeah, I was the man you voted for OTR, also I might not have voted. I might have it in my mind hole that I am voting. Pretty traumatized and scared. Scared of the idea of having his life freedom ruined. So yeah, I mean most people are, so that makes it a really good bit of sense. I mean, hey, that's me with everybody else too. It's like, I want them to ruin it. What we do is I shiny hunt while playing OTR. We one controller challenge it, you know. We hotkey everything together and call it a day. I grow another set of hands and, you know, can multitask. That's what we got. I really would like to be able to do 2 games at once. unfortunately not worked. Continue shame hunting is won by a land mile. Okay. I'll continue hunting Shaymin, I guess. No, I don't really want to. I don't want to hunt this thing, but alright, whatever. Yes, you did. You say. I know. I know what I said. Being funny. Yeah. Why do you have a weird aftertaste today, huh? And I not put enough G Fuel in you? I didn't put enough G Fuel in it. Wow, it's like I just made that joke or something, and then you just comment it. Crazy. Who would have thunk? I mean, regardless of what I voted, it still won, so. Their selfish guy just didn't have much of a choice. He had a chance. Take it a rot in this hell. I mean, fair. Fair enough. I mean, you add more the more people you get is the more liability you have, you know? Keep, every time I see like a post-apocalyptic or like a horror scenario or something like that where you're trying to get away from something, you know, I want to be responsible for myself, and that's it. Like, I don't want to have to deal with other people too, because that just slows me down, you know? At that point, I make my choice and I go with it. I don't have to like argue with somebody or get them to do anything, you know? But we could play Doom Eternal. I don't have Doom Eternal. I could play Metroid. But I've played the 2 Metroid games I have, so kind of done. I how good Prime's music. Prime 2 is exactly. What Prime 2, the other M, and apparently the events of Dread and wrap up that kind of story arc. I don't know. I've only played Dread. I've only played Dread and Prime. So I mean, he sounds like a pretty upstanding guy. Dread mode, dread. That's all I'm reading in this message. Just dread. I'm not doing Deathless Dread. I will play as a challenge for Dread mode. I will not be doing it Deathless. I saw how bad OOTR, not OOTR. Saw how bad Jedi Fallen Order went. So I understand that. I find it funny that the second iteration of the Jedi Fallen Order, I mean, it's technically the series, the franchise is Star Wars Jedi, and then the first game is Fallen Order. Then now they have a Survivor. So I find it weird that it's Survivor. It makes sense, but still. Yeah, I do have OTR on the brain. I don't know. As much as I do feel like I could do, jumping back to Nika's remark about Resident Evil, I feel like I could do that. I just don't think the first time I played it was received well, and I don't feel like you guys enjoyed it as much. As like something else I could play that I'd be the same amount interested in. It's happy to see them again, but there's a clear tone of sorrowful guilt in regard to this voice. Feeling sorry for the others weren't so lucky. I mean, I don't know if it was lucky or anything, but it's just different. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Noted. That's it. Moving on. The others were told he was shot and killed before they had a chance to execute him. This is why the escape seemed pointless. So they just would have, yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. If you're running a regime, would you not want to snuff any hope out? I mean, that's kind of rule one of any regime is like, nope, you have no hope. Boom. Cool. So let's see where Blue Eye. I'm trying to remember where Blue Eyes was in the Yu-Gi-Oh story because of the thumbnail. So what just went up? 28 was Kaiba? Was the one that just went up? Yes. I don't know, let me look. Where's my notes? 23 was the one that just went up. That's 36, jeez. There were like 50 episodes of that, I think. You know what, let's see. I don't know what that's supposed to be. So all of them thought he was dead and he met him again. So a lot of them thought he was dead, mate. And when they met him again. You know, that line makes no sense. Oh, well. It sounds like you're talking to yourself. I just don't understand it. Yeah. It's all that on Twitter. But I don't think I finished the point that I was trying to make with Nico's comment. It's like it's not like I'm denying everything you say just because it's you or anything. It's also going to be something I want to do and something that I feel like the community would want to see. So if it was something and it was a thing, who made a poll for no reason? I'm just kidding. Maybe.
Calm yourself. Calm yourself, man.
Mission complete. Mission complete. Damn it. Mission complete.
There's no reason. Wow, what a not skewed question at all. Very, very ambiguous. What is that? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Let's not be important. I need to fix this cable management here. It's so bad. Fast compared to normal? Oh, that's true. Well, that would be Cobra. The running baseline in this is great. It's so suspenseful. It's like, yeah, something bad's gonna happen, but it's also fine. I'm sure the answer to that poll is going to end up being yes, but because I can guarantee that's going to be the answer. There's at least 69% assuredness. It's not the fact that that's the answer, it's the fact that it's not going to do well for the people who aren't going to answer that poll. Because I know how I did earlier. Well, it's only 69 because I don't know who's here and who's going to vote on it, so. Quest is the only one that especially, I can't read that on that screen. Hits Neath hard. but he's not one to be clinging to somebody who already lost once. I mean, I guess it's fair. You don't know when you assume somebody's dead and you come back to life. You're like, all right, is this actually legit, or is this just gonna happen every 5 seconds? You know. I think it's a lurker portion today for people. Well, I'm not supposed to be streaming now, so that's another thing. And then the reason I'm not supposed to be streaming now is also the reason that I'm not supposed to be streaming now. So. Or I'm just late. I don't know. I don't want to give up. It was part of what I was like when I was taking the breaks. I was like, I could just stop, just not force myself to go back to stream. But I only gave. I didn't even give half a stream, so. Kind of wanted. What was that one? Kind of wanted to jump back in just to A, get a bit more progress done, and B, to push myself through it. But like when I was thinking that, it was pretty much when I hit end stream. Like I really should just not go back to stream and just rest. But I also was like, oh, you know, I'm awake now, and I feel like I could go work and go get some stuff done. Hi, back the laptop now. I need some water. I'm dead. Oop. Yeah, I get it. I understand why it's why things might not be working as well. This is some good intel though with this stream, specifically since I started streaming at that time. I shouldn't be streaming because it's gonna make some notes very easy to look at and some comparisons. Yeah, I had a hunch that the thing I was considering was correct, which honestly I shouldn't have looked at because now I feel like a horrible person. But I don't know what I did in that. So 2 people voted for it. Very nice. Let me guess, 2 people voted? Yeah. 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 Well, I just 180 my happiness level right there. Good job, sir. He's enraged, more in the dude, felt misery, sorry for the dude this entire time. I haven't up to game, still remember what old emotions felt like, such grief or specifically other terrible felt they just can't feel them anymore. We can feel the anger, so okay, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot to think about, but I mean, it is. I know it's a reaction, you know. Some people just feed on negative emotions. That's what they do. So, fair enough. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum ba-dum. I'm gonna get off of that because it's gonna just not make me feel good. Pull that back up. That'll be good. Do-do-do-do-do. How they felt, they can't feel them anymore. I read that all. Yeah, I did. Good. Yeah, let's get back to that. What games to go through? It's hard for me. Why do I still have Yu-Gi-Oh notes? Sorry, distraction. I might have some level of ADHD, but like, oh, that's why I got distracted by it, because it's all the same page. I still have my Yu-Gi-Oh notes on my desk. It's funny. Did I have a video going out today? You should have. I think, unless I schedule it next week. I might have scheduled it next week. Oh well. Shield went up. Yeah, I scheduled it next week. So not today. Wow. It's just said that I didn't make a video. Wow. But dude, man, Vec is, well, he's confused. I mean, I think a lot of people would be confused. Because it's like, oh, the person we thought was dead is alive. And I did talk about it yesterday, but nope. Nope, I had to do best bits, so I didn't get it. Wasn't done. Unfortunately, I have too much going on right now to get everything done. So, this is what life is. And so cry about it. I mean, yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Somebody's dead and it's like, yeah, he's dead. Alright, whatever. Cool. La vida se no arrivederci, you know? But, no, we go on from that. Don't do it. I know you're tempted to do it, but don't, sir. Thank you. That's a self-talk. Don't worry about that. Experiment with games. I have experimented with games. I've been more cognizant of the chat. I just spelled that wrong and it bugs me. I can't cut out VODs because I don't. Ultra low streaming for YouTube is completed. What did I do on that other ground? Oh, I was doing the typings, right? No, I was just gonna look at something and I shouldn't look at it because it's just gonna make me not feel good. And then I'm gonna want to bang my head off a wall. More than I already want to. If I tell myself no, I won't do it. I know. Ba-dum. Sadly, yes, but I lose. Did he die? I'm gonna tell everybody they're gonna hate you. Oh, OTR a lot of Ocarina of Time references, man. I feel like if I abbreviate that, I'm always gonna say OTR because that's the only way I refer to it as. But I refer to Ocarina. I've always referred to Ocarina as Ocarina, so I might as well just refer to it that way. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna confuse myself. Like I keep doing. I'm like Ocarina, OOT. I'm like, nope, they don't need to add the R. Yeah, I don't want to go back on that topic because I've made my point about putting the franchise name in front of things when you don't need to. If we know what franchise it is, we're good, thanks. I'll have to check that after the fact, though. Real question for me is how long do I want to stream now? I feel like I haven't, like, I'm revitalized, so it's like I haven't streamed today yet. Well, so I shouldn't, like, stream for an extremely long time, huh? I did only do 2 hours. But if I do 3, that feels like it's too short now. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's part of I just don't know what I want to do. Mentality. That's the biggest thing. What's up, Dara? No, I have not. I did not straighten out the starter. I like my sanity too much to not to sit there and reset that for one encounter a minute. No, I didn't have a plan to do that. I can get those starters in another method. So best luck on the chimchar. Nith is obviously pretty distraught. Emotionally affected if he gets dragged back into the Salvationist, especially if, yeah, old fiends. Yeah, definitely by one of his own fiends, right? No, I have not done the briefcase simulator. I do not want to do that. I'm really good not to do that. I've spent enough time with long hunts to go back to doing that. I also might have to do some tough tofu today. That I'm noticing. But it's fine. How's the progress going, Dara? That's good. I'm hunting. You said that you were hunting, not that you have been hunting or anything. I don't know if that's just starting or anything. All the subjects know each other's old names. But I mean, well, yeah, you go through all that, you would not want to have that as a thing you get referenced to, right? One would assume. Especially quest, yeah. No luck yet, but I know I'll get it. Okay, I mean, good. It's a great mentality to have. That's why I go by Incognito Man 69. Yeah. It's great. It's a great time. Incognito Man 69 is not a mouthful. It's less of a mouthful than what you type in the YouTube comment section, so I don't think it's that bad. Hey, if YouTube, go check it out. Ooh. I struggle with incognito a lot. Yeah, I get that. It's one word to say. You finished your Let's Go Living. Oh, really cool. All the Lowlands and fossils and legendaries. All right, well done. I still need to do that. I'm pretty dang close with the with it. That is really good. It's a handful of Pokemon that I didn't get. I think an Aerodactyl is one of them. You gone. Apparently I'm still tired. I have not pressed this button a couple times, so we'll add to. I'm just trying to determine. We kind of had this conversation yesterday. If you're not also subscribed to me on YouTube or checking out the YouTube stuff, I do stream over there on Fridays. That's why I don't stream here. But one of the things was we were talking about next series because X and Y is basically done here. Skyrim is basically done, and XD is already almost done. So. So I was trying to think of different games. Part of the reason why I'm like, oh, the conversation of what games we want to see could be a fun one to go into, but apparently we don't want to talk about it. So I won't bring it up again. It's all right. I think I'll cover Daredevil. I think I'll cover Daredevil, bruh. That's segment I wanted to say. Can we do that? Yeah, I can do that. You got the second one. I like the second one. It's more detailed. Have no use, and all three are tended to dead by the game starts. Oh well. Pretty interesting. I guess that makes more sense. The second one, yeah, I see why. I should have just listened. I did see the Winnie the Pooh horror movie, and I'm like, what? Why? Why are we doing this? Like, it's. I gotta understand everything, but it's still kind of crazy. Just remove everything. Delete all of chat history. Oh my gosh. Didn't give her a chance. She's taking too long. I got tired of waiting. I decided to be funny. Something else that I really would like to. I did see it on Twitter. Yeah, the pics are really creepy. But kind of been interested in getting into a stream team. I know I'm not like anybody's 90th choice or any of the previous 89 on that matter, but I didn't think it'd be cool to get onto a stream team at some point. I mean, I don't really see the benefit of it besides like, oh, hey, you know, you're promoted by something else, and I'd have to look into it a little bit more. I also have not been approached, and the one that I applied for, they sent me a no. So, which I'm like, yeah, that's fair. I'm me. Oh, well. Sorry on my laptop getting frozen. Mobile sucks for mod things. I'm dead. You really need to get that fixed. I don't know how to, but I can't. They can't. Yeah, I know another conversation, but yeah. Another conversation. I think was that what I wanted to talk about, or was I wanted to jump into something else? I don't know. I do think it'd be cool. I'd have to look into it more and talk to people about it, but like I see that there could be some kind of utility in having membership. Like some of them seem pretty cool. Like I know there's a few that periodically raise money for St. Jude's and other places. So I get that. And I don't really follow a lot of them though. A lot. I know people in their communities, but that's pretty much about it. And I see their stuff through via Twitter and those kinds of things, but you feel like you would be negative instead of positive? I mean, I don't know what the conditions are for it, so I'd have to look into that. So that's part of it. I don't know if there's like a requirement to be like, oh, you have to have so many. We want you to invest in so much into this or that, or we need you to be doing these kinds of things, or this is something you need to stream on this channel instead of your own, or like whatever else. But it's just something to look into. Goblin folk are a race of people affected by the infection. They are around 3 feet tall, as one would expect. They have tails with bony spike at the end, and they live in groups of 3 to 5. They're typically families. All right, good structure. I only have Shining Pearl because I refuse to buy 2 copies of the same game, especially a game that I already have 2 copies of already. So yeah, most of them want to do certain things from time to time. I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. Like if you're working through like a marathon, or you're doing like an event with people, or like, hey, we want to do this thing, we need you to do a segment for it, you know. Sure, that feels fine to me. But again, I'd have to look into it a bit more. They have 2 pincers with their mouths, and these are spring loaded. You'll find 2 holes in your face. They sound like giant ants. It sounds like you're not listening to the description because they were dinosaurs, now they're ants. Like, which one is it? I don't know, maybe mandibles would be a better word for a set of pincers, but same general idea, right? The dinosaurs don't have pincers. That could be pincersaurs. You don't know. Pinceratops. I don't know, something, man. There's just sharp objects coming out of the mouth instead of sharp objects coming out of their or forehead or something. The location. Location. Yeah, that's all it is. Ba-da-da-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Well, I already crossed off that conversation to be talked about today, so can't talk about that again. I don't know. And stored in the side of their cheeks. These pincers are small, triple jointed arms. Excuse me, I hit run. Thank you. Stored in the side of their cheeks. Small, triple jointed arms. It was convoluted, but alright. I guess I'm with you. Well, they answered not having both copies. Yeah. The only game I did buy both copies of was Let's Go. And that's because I wanted to do the Let's Go decks and complete both. After that, I vowed never to buy both copies again. Like, I can be gifted one, but I will not buy both of them. Because essentially it's the same game. And if I really need to find something that's in the other game, I can just... the internet exists, so... Except with the crab claw at the end. It's crazy. No, definitely not for Scarlet and Violet. But I just say, I vowed never to do it again. I'm not doing it again. It's a waste of money. If I come across a copy of it, then no. Unless I'm doing like quintuple hunting or something through, I don't know what method, but somehow. And there's no reason to have that many copies of game. I don't see the point in it. Like, especially if you can only play one at a time. Like, what's the point? Every goblin has a unique tattoo, like a birthmark, but it's how you can tell that. Okay. A sword and shield. I mean, if you like that, go ahead. Fair enough. I mean, I have one Switch, so I'm gonna play one game at a time. Now, if I had a second Switch, there'd be a point to maybe having a second copy of a game, just so I could You know, if I want to play, if I'm trying to Hatsukin sword and want to do like DAs at the same time, I could pull that up and like shield or something. I mean, technically I have both copies of sword and shield, but the shield copy is not mine, and I only have it for a little bit longer because I'll be returning it when I get the chance. Yeah, but with how the Switch works, you just make a second profile, so there's really no point. Like I have a way to play every game without deleting my primary save, so it's fine. I want both copies to get all Pokemon myself without Pokemon home. I mean, yeah. It's fair. It's a fair point. I mean, I get that, but I also understand that you can also get every Pokemon out there by trading with other people, so I don't think that's too much of an issue. They really don't kill, it's just not their thing. Plus, human meat doesn't taste good as actual food. I mean, yeah, that's true. It doesn't taste like chicken, bro. Wow, that was my arm on the desk. I didn't press the button because I'm a dumb. I read that. Never got shield but completed the sword decks from Pokemon Home GTS. I don't know. I completed it through really early, actually, just trading with people. So they ambush people with weapons, stick them up, and give them the goods. I mean, as long as they get the goods. People are Team Rocket when it comes to trading shiny Pokemon. Like for the decks, yeah. I mean, it's just finding somebody trustworthy to do it. This thing, it's not like any other reasoning doesn't really matter. Like what do you have to gain by taking somebody else's shiny Pokemon? Nothing. So cool. I worked literally nothing for this. Great shiny, woohoo! Your life, bro. Yeah, shinies are pretty easy to come by. Even mythicals and legendaries can be easy to get. As long as they're available, you know, you can get them. So yeah, there's really not a point in taking somebody else's. I mean, I have almost half the Arceus decks done, and I wasn't even trying to do the Arceus decks for the most part. I'm just shiny hunting. Now, albeit there's like 200 Pokemon in it, but, you know, I did Let's Go decks for however long, and still haven't completed it. Most people live out in the wasted things are in most common areas. Okay. Rain questioned that for a second. I got there. Yeah. How much my BDSP shiny decks is done? Nothing. Like nothing. I don't hunt in this game. What is this? What's this now? What's this? I have not hunted in this game. I do not like this game that much. So yeah, I did one chain for Tyro. I did a and then we had an event a couple weeks ago where I did Swablu, and I got a Geodude in my playthrough. That's it. And I just want to work through these because this is like the only way you can get them, so why not? A few live in the Salvation City. They're heavily discriminated against, and so all of them are lower class above them. Well, why would you live there then? You just go live on the waste. Why not? Get his business like a tavern or bar. I mean, hey, does it sound like a PVZ track? I don't know what that Plants vs Zombies track. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that music well. How many more? You type expect on old decks. That's that one. I think that's my let's go. That might be my sword decks. I think that is my OG sword decks. No, that should be let's go. I have like a handful. It's really close to being completed. It's like 120 or 150. You can let people do the commands themselves. You don't have to do it for them. They got fingers, they can type. Yeah, you let them do it themselves. You don't have to be that helpful. First I'll go over Daredevil and then back to the Golem Folk. We'll make sense later. Okay. That will work. Pollen high. No, really? Crazy. Crazy, man. Am I hungry again? Jeez. I do need to think about what dinner would be. I just don't have much. Don't have much now that I've kind of consumed most of what I have left. But oh, if it makes you sleepy, then it doesn't work, right? Huh? Because you use caffeine. Personality wise, isn't an adrenaline junkie. Makes sense via the name. That makes like complete sense via the name. So on page, could have guessed. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I mean, G's has been the only thing that works. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. How we doing over here? You're not it, I guess. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's taking a while though. Oh, come on. I went far enough. Here's being a butt. Like I pressed it, but oh well. We know these numbers are not accurate. Russian roulette, 5-finger fillet, driving off a building. Why not? Because, yeah. Because I said.
Calm yourself, man.
That's why not. Boom. That's what I said. Now I gotta know what this news BS is, because I keep seeing it. What is this news BS? That keeps getting in front of, that keeps popping up. Nobody cares about all these things. I don't need tires. I don't have a car, idiot. Yankees beat the Rays, yo. Yo, how my Mets doing? How my Mets doing? Yankees Rays today at 4. There's one tomorrow at 1. I feel like I'm inclined to not like the Yankees, man. Ford Motor Company is up 3.89%. That's pretty good. I don't count my soft resets. I guess that's fair. I know a lot of people don't. I get that some people don't like to count it. Oh, it's not. Weird. What else is up in the stocks market? Oh, PayPal is way up, dude. 5.9, almost 6% up. Jeez. Amazon's 3.6. That makes sense. Bitcoin's 1.7. AMC is almost 18%. Jeez. That's gonna crash very quickly. What else we got up? BNB is 2.5. That's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, am I looking at stocks? Microsoft up 2.7. Nice. Good time for the stock in the stonk market, I guess. He's the guy everyone likes to watch, but no one's gonna evolve with. Probably, yeah. There's 4 and 10 ones back. Can reach incredible lengths, and they're all like bungee ropes. So they can go fast. Never to the way it works for stonks. It's because the American education system does not teach anyone how to play the stocks, even though we're supposed to be able to play stocks according to the rich in order to win, in order to have money. So, there's my capitalist propaganda, anti-propaganda for the day. You're flying a squirrel. We're catching air glow. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. Allow them to move very fast and dangerously. Yep. Got you. Shiny. Yeah, that's often stuff I get from people who in chat who just like, I shiny hunt, but they're like, they never count it. They don't count time. They just kind of shiny hunt. Which I guess it's a methodology to get around. Methodology is not right. It should just be method. It is a method to get around the idea of it's a method to get yourself around thinking you've done it for a long time. She's like, oh, at that point you can only guess. You don't know how long it's been. You don't know how many encounters should reset or anything like that. Meanwhile, I'm looking dead in the face at 1764, knowing dang well I'm a quarter odds. So He's the flying Spider-Man squirrel. Spider squirrel goes. Also goes
Calm yourself, man.
and it creates a lot of mayhem that people think is. There you go. Blacktop crashed again. Oh no. Probably this is my surprise face. Yeah, I don't know about that mixture. That doesn't sound great. What? Maybe this thing's not shiny lock. I mean, this just bad. Yo, let's play Fire Emblem. I didn't even think about that one. Let's play Fire Emblem now. Hates boredom and not having adrenaline over being starved of it and really likes to get him. Been doing something, always on the move, always going, never stopping, no matter what. Sounds like me. That's me. I don't stop. And we can't stop. And we won't stop. Lemonade bite? Yeah, but everything's lemonade, bro. We don't need more lemonade flavors. We got plenty of lemonade flavors. We got blueberry lemonade, we got blackberry lemonade, we got lemonade, we got cherry lemonade, we got strawberry lemonade, we got green apple lemonade. We got everything, you know? We got lemonade. It's great. I think I said that already. We got lemon lemonade, lime lemonade. Like, you got everything. I mean, I guess lemonade sells, man. We got a lot of those kinds of flavors, which works, I guess. You want me to follow Walt Disney World? No, screw you. Haha, Ash is ranked 8th. You suck. Sorry. You should get off Twitter. I like how they work the text underneath of it and you totally can't read any of it. So Leon is technically the best champion? Yeah, I doubt that, but okay. I'm looking at the Champions 8. And I just laugh because there's 2 Kalos champions and there shouldn't be. If that feels wrong. Feels like there shouldn't be 2 Kalos champions. Like, that's just dumb. Like, you can't have 2 champions of a region. Like, have 1. Like, you know how this works. I don't know what it is. I don't know who that guy is. And 3 of them have Charizard. I don't think Lance will use Charizard, but he could. Ash would definitely not use this Charizard. He stops only it's by literally overloads on adrenaline, tempo shuts off, causing him to pass out. Yay! Yeah, let's play Octopath right now. We're switching over. Screw Kong. What would happen if I just walk in tomorrow and if I'm able to stream tomorrow? I should be good. Walking tomorrow, be like, yeah, I beat the game. It's a shark that stopped swimming. Yeah, I guess. It's like a Sharknado meets a hurricane. It's like a volcano meets a tornado and a... Walk away, though. I had that popping in my head, I don't know. You don't have enough time to listen to that, and nor do I want to let you listen to that. So we're good. I didn't have time. I said no. More importantly, I said no.
Calm yourself, man.
Got it. Do 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 boom. No need to get. Hey. Do what I want. My string. Get out of here. Get out of here with that propaganda. Make like everybody else and leave. Yeah. Make like my love life and not exist. Boom. Get sniped. I know you guys too much. You like to lurk and yeah, it's fine. You set the smile and say you're fine and you're fine. What do you do? Despite his nature, he cares about those around him. Those who don't care about their lives and that much, like the executioner and the death walker and the angel and the reverend and the masochist and the Pikachu. No problem, he'll pay a few games of 5-finger fillet with, and I don't know what that was 5 fingers for fillet. Now, like 5-finger death punch with fish? I don't know. He has a brother, I mean. So he only cares about people who don't care about their lives. Fun. I think that's a lot of people's problems. Thank you for crashing. Thank you, laptop. I don't know why I was that voice. I don't know what 5-finger fillet is. Got no idea. Is it that knife thing where you go ching 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 like that? Is that what that is? I don't know, idea. Filet of fish, McDonald's. McDonald's. Go work at McDonald's. Where you put your hand down, spread your finger. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called. I know of that. I didn't know that's what it was called. That was the problem. Like, what is that? I feel like everybody did that in grade school with like a mechanical pencil. Like you hold down the eraser. It still hurts to like get your hand, but it's not like you're gonna like have problems or anything. Like you might bruise, that's about it. Did we go through the Sonic music? No. I feel like the playlist is wonky. In fact, the playlist is weird. I mean, yeah, it hurts a lot, but it's not like actual lead pencil going through your hand or something like that, or an actual knife or something, you know, it's... You won't get pierced. You don't take a D4 of piercing damage. Oh my gosh, Shaymin, let's go! Woof. Not looking at the screen. I'm surprised. I didn't realize I put that higher up on the list, but okay. I mean, yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's still gonna, you know, be
Emotional, damn it.
but it won't be that bad, you know. Right, you can hear like the little footsteps and like animations, so yeah, I know that's what it was. I mean, what if you're allergic to lead in the pencil? Then you shouldn't be using that pencil, now should you? Wow. Then you accept the risk when you start playing the game, and that's your own fault. Boom. No, you should. They just gotta understand it. Know what happens. Boom, boom, boom. Well, yeah. I mean, allergies develop over time, and they're not just like they can develop over time, and they're also things that just, you know, could have and just not know. But if you know if you are saying, what if you're allergic to lead in the pencil, the underlying thing is, you know, you're allergic to lead, and why? Then why? Then why? And some chings, good job. Some things also trigger it too, so it could be just that. I don't know. There you go. Like, I was gonna go look at something, but I don't remember what it was. No, addition impossible. I mean, I guess. Also, doesn't seem like he's trying to really fix it. He just knows it happens. It's like, yeah, it's here. Cool. There's a lot of those kinds of things, man. I mean, part of it is knowing you have it and then moving on to figure out how you help with it. I was thinking of, like, why am I trying to go with that? No, sometimes I just don't remember what I'm going with though. Also, I have done YouTube and Twitch via the Switch. YouTube's not bad. Twitch is kind of wonky because there is no option for text chat. Like, you cannot chat if you're on Switch. That's part of it. Doesn't it feel like he's putting up with the amount of withdrawals he suffer for it? I mean, I think that's a lot of people, so. Just a delay with most of those apps. I mean, I guess. I mean, everything has a delay, so it's just what delay do you want? Actually, the first time I was watching a stream earlier this week, and I had it on my computer and on my laptop, and they were at the same spot. I was listening through my headset and not listening through the laptop. So I thought that was pretty fun. Do 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 do. Man, it just depends on the connection for some people. Yes, collects knives like seeing. I mean, hey, cool. I know a lot of people who do that. Reminds me of the final scene from. Excuse me. That one thing we watched. The knife thing where Knives Out. I didn't say knife to get it. Where the guy has all the where Harlem Thromby has all the knives that from like prop knives from the stories. I don't know why I had to took that long to get to that point, but okay. Dum ba da dum. Ba-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum ba-dum ba-da-dum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Ba-lim, ba-lim, ba-lim-da-da-da-bim. I don't know why I just thought of this, but imagine like going into a raid. Going into a raid and your raid message is Kappa. That's it. Like imagine how on edge you would put the streamer you raided. It's just like Kappa. It's like, hi everyone, why are we getting Kappa in the chat? Like weird. He sees the high place in the first thought is, wow, I'm gonna jump off that. Wanna chat that? I don't know why that popped in my head. Pretty sure I'm guarantee you it's been done, but like I just like, oh, that'd be a fun way to mess with somebody. It's like just Kappa. That just don't answer them, just Kappa. I wouldn't just do it to a random person. You gotta know the person, I would say, but I forget what Wanna Tap Dance from. What is that from? I feel like that's a How I Met Your Mother reference. Yeah, that is that's Marshall. I think that's pretty sure that's a Marshall reference. I mean, he's the only character on the show that like really sings besides Barney's flash dances, but yeah, sure. Yeah, that has to be what it's from. Look how I know it's designed this way, but it's funny you just can't see Shaymin until you get right up on it. It's like, oh, there's a thing here? What? Crazy. Like it blends in well. It also has a large stash of Dragos. I mean, it's kind of Daredevil-ish, you know, that's a gamble too. You never know when that's gonna bite you in the tuchus. Alright, 1800, nice. It is peaceful mythical. Till you take its life and not take its freedom, you know? That's weird. Then it'd be weird. I can't seriously be hungry again. I don't know what's going on with me, Tomac. Tomac. What? But they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom. Yeah. I don't know what it's from, but I forget. But I know it's one of my editing things that I use. I've used it in the past. I don't think I've used it in a long time. I should go through that folder. Should go through that folder. I mean, a lot of those I don't use anymore. There's the obviously the
Emotional, damn it.
all of those that are in there, so. Sure. You only have 10 bets, though. You only have 10 bets, though. That's the thing. I don't know. I feel like something that basic wouldn't be as adrenaline rushing. I'm sure bye finger, but I would tell you to wave goodbye, but you know, you can't. Can't. Yeah. Kinda cannot. I'm just really happy how that XD layout turned out. It's great. It's crazy. It's crazy, Gadget. Go Gadget bicycle. I don't know why Go Gadget popped in my head. Do you feel it's not working? Well, send it back and get a refund. Question: what flavor should I get? I don't know. That's a good idea. It's the stakes that add the thrill. I mean, especially if you're a vampire, then the stakes are really thrilling. This game has some really good music, man. You want to get 4 again? You want to get 4 again? I will probably get 4 again, yeah. It should last me till the next boat. Dr. Spies and Tim with the, yeah, I mean, yes. I would see that. I think next time I do XD or Coliseum, I'm gonna try to get away from the Coliseum sprites. They're cool and everything, but yeah, I've done them enough. They just fit better with that kind of game, having the smaller sprites. Wait till they put GameCube on this, like GameCube emulation on the Switch. Not emulation, but I guess the GameCube store with a bunch of GameCube games, and then I can play Coliseum on the Switch and then Shiny Hunt and Coliseum. That'd be great. I doubt it would have compatibility though. That'd be the problem. I mean, I guess it's my problem with like shiny hunting and those kinds of games is it's not on the physical copy, so it would be I mean, I still have the shiny on it and I still would have put the time in for it, but this was really not less worthwhile. It's just not a physical Pokemon. As long as I have the save, I guess I still have it, so I could shiny hunt there. Do I really want to do that though? 1 in 8,000? Yeah, no. I'm good. I'm okay. Remember, Doc is not allowed to say no to serving people, so it's the 7th time in a day that Daredevil comes in. I mean, yeah, that's why I was like, it makes sense. I didn't remember he was not allowed to say no, but It makes sense if he's the doctor and, you know, the guy is the one getting injured probably the most at anyone. For dumb things, he's gonna be upset with it, you know? It's like, why am I wasting my time? You know? My blade is unbending! Why would the Shadow voice actor fit really well in Octopath? Somebody. Like, I hear this music and I'm like... I just hear Shadow. I just hear Shadow's voice lines fit in really well. Green? I'm not gonna get green lemonade. Again. Maybe the one after it. I don't know. You know me, I don't like to get ones I don't know if I like or not. Boom, 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 boom. I already have my favorite one. I won't get that. I like to rotate them so I don't have the same flavors over and over again. So despite as much as I love Rainbow Sherbet, I'm not gonna get it for a while. I'd like to pick up a hydrate flavor. With the ones I've tried, I've done pink lemonade because I don't have that one, but I know I tried it. I'm honestly not a tropical rain fan. It's all right, but not something I'd probably outright buy a tub of. So, what are the things? No, I just not in the BOGO. That may just what it is. There's a bar plague. The Playbloods can visit. It's ran by Rubica. It's like one of the random goblins. Yeah, but I'd have to get both of them at the point, so. Well, yeah, then you're suggesting a flavor you haven't tried, so. I don't know about that. So I don't know. It's not 4 o'clock. Stop telling me about the Mets game. It's not. Oh, I guess it is Memorial Day this week. I guess that's true. Right. Rubica is a Daredevil's closest friend. So he has been on the team, which has been since he was 16, so 6 or 7 years. Been visiting her bar, so it's super close. So that's fun. It's up front. I just sat there for like a second. Not totally, just wasn't paying attention at all to anything or anybody. Just phased out of existence, man. Honestly, I like doing that. I guess I should, what, food, edit it? That's not going to take the rest of my day. What else could I do? I don't know. I can't recommend flavors you haven't tried, and I know you don't like some of the flavors. I like all the flavors, I just prefer other ones. Got him. You know? I know, I had peach rings recently. I have to look at my wall over there and see what I've had and what I haven't had. I have what? I can just do this and it'll be easier. The only thing I have 2 of over there is... looks like Shiny Splash. Any more clickbait would be good. So that's the jungle, coffee, snow cone, black on black, hype sauce, shiny splash, the crash flavor, clickbait, watermelon, Bahama Mama. Oh no, I have 2 sets of hype sauce because I got the blackout flavor. Where's my other blackout flavor? Oh, blue ice. It's down there hiding my mic shaker. Peach cobbler, lingonberry, yeah. So if I'm getting anything that I've had since I've been here, it's probably clickbait or the jungle juice. That's probably what. I have no idea how the audio sounded with that, by the way, so I'm just hoping it worked well. I don't have a great swivel mic for that. Nope. Usually it just stays stationary while I'm streaming. So that's what it is. Just can't restock it normally? Well, yeah, but I still have green lemonade. Not when I have another container of it, you know? Ruby's story is family business. She's 3 younger brothers. At some point, the parents killed in a robbery of the place, leaving her to run the place and raise her brothers. That sounds great. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Wampa Fruit's what it's called. I don't remember what it was called. Like, it's the fruit. I'm like, it's the fruit and crash. That I remember. It's all I remember. I am surprised you guys chose to stay here. It's probably because I said something. Yeah, it's because I said something, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, Red Ooze was fine. I don't know if I'd want to get it, though. Although I did move it close. Ooh, fling. I moved it closer when I did that. Yeah, I've really enjoyed having it. You don't need the second having in that sentence. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, you know? And your mic sounded fine? I don't know. I was kind of like, I can bring it closer because otherwise I'm talking the other direction and it's really far away from me. So that was part of it. When did I start at like 14? I'm a lot of work.
Calm yourself, man.
That's what I gotta say about that. It makes sense to me. The relevance? Objection relevance? Objection! And that should be, I should have that as a sound button. That'd be great. Just be like, objection, objection, objection. I haven't played any of the Ace Right games though, so I can't meme on it. I mean, I have 2 damage buttons, like...
Emotional, damn it!
I don't know, I'm not paying attention, but you said something that I can, you know, jump into, so I'm gonna go with that. Oof. I think I had said I was surprised we stuck with Shaymin. But I don't know. Hey, now we get the Sonic music. How tired I'm dead. Got him. Should play Sonic Colors again. That's good. It's a good game. It's a really solid game. You have the Wii or the Switch. Would recommend like the Sonic platforming ones. I do find it funny because I kind of looked into more of the Sonic debate, and some people are like, I guess it was when I was driving home from my parents a couple weeks ago, and I was listening to that Knuckles thing again, because in the intro he's talking about some people hail them as like the best 3D Sonic, the only good 3D Sonic games, and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, they're good, but some of the other ones are way better in other people's minds. I don't know if I would solely say that SA2 and SA1 are the only good 3D Sonic games. No, I got that one, but okay. Boop, speed. Forces 2, whatever sports game was for Xbox tonight. I don't remember that one. Yes. Got it. Apparently, yes was the something game for Connect. I don't know what that one was. I don't remember a Sonic sports game. The only sports game I remember. Stop trying to say recommend. The only sports game I remember Sonic doing is one being a part of the Olympic Games with Mario and that crossover, or doing the racing, because Team Sonic Racing is a big part of Sonic. I need to go get like copies of stuff. I should do. Like, I'd love to go play Unleashed and Black Knight. You what? It wasn't to anything. Also wrong too. There was the Plague Blood who's known her the longest. Let me give you a timeline. By the time the parents were killed, 3 brothers were around 1 and 2. Rubica was around her early teens at this time. She managed in the bar recently started showing up. So kind of when the experiments and stuff happened. Okay. After that whole shindig. Not pay attention, do you? Thought you were too poor to pay attention. That's a weird place for that to be, but okay. I think I might go for. I kind of want to go for Darkrai after this. No. I think. Maybe. I don't want to jump on the DA train, I don't think. It'd be cool to do occasionally, like, oh, well, we'll do a DA day today, because that's what I feel like, but... I don't think it's going to be something that I'm like, I'm just going to be doing DAs. No, everybody's doing it right now. I don't like it every shiny stream. I mean, like I said, yeah, I think it's oversaturated if it do that. When they taught Daredevil Fine Finger Fillet and the song associated with it. Still find it funny. It's called Fine Finger Fillet. That's the funny one. Wop. What do I want to get to? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the rest of my day is going to be. I could have, yeah, I'm not going to. Well, that'd be a good thing to know. Should I go work? Dwayne spelled with an E. That's weird. Alright, cool. Dang phone. Hi, dang phone. I'm Dan. What do you want to email? My order number is out. Oh no. What did I order? A Yeti Hopper cooler? What? Crazy. You totally did that. Amazon sheets. I don't even know if there is a sheets nearby. There is. No. Yes. No. I think it's. I don't know. I think I've seen the sheets in a while. But I might have to don't email the sheets back. Don't email the sheets back. They don't need to get your business. Get it later. But I do need to. I might have to take some more time off next week to drive back home. And part of the car situation is that I don't have a car anymore. So that's fun. And so taking care of that might be part of it. He's the fun uncle, does his best to hold himself back from letting him do something dangerous. I'm the nice fish, just trying to... That's what I thought of. Why would he control other people from doing stuff dangerous if he wants to do dangerous stuff? I mean, it paid for itself, so I'll take that. Definitely could get something that's not... I think the plan might be is buying my mom's car out from her. Or taking over her payments, because I could essentially... With what I have collateral... I would have like $3,000 to pay on that car. Plus, it's the same kind of... I drove the car before. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm gonna realize kids are impressionable, though. So... You know? Yeah, that's true. Still gotta deal with the car though. Well, I still have like stuff in the car, so I gotta go get that, and then I gotta give them the keys and sign over the car and dabba dabba da dabba dee dab and die, and it's not fun. Don't adult, it sucks. Just be a kid. I don't want your car. I'd rather have a shopping cart. It would probably get me there better. You know, I'm just gonna become. If you guys seen Catch That Kid, I'm gonna just become them and modify an Xbox controller to a go-kart. That's gonna be what I drive around. Cars have legs? I thought they had wheels. Oof. The sad part is I just bought tires for that in like January. What I'm more upset about, but yeah. Oh well, it's life. It's going. Then it's a donkey, not a horse, not a car. Got donkey power, not horsepower, bro. Oh, I didn't read the Daredevil list. I think you can see the business. On several occasions, playbloods come to parties, group hangouts, the bar open to become regulars and come back again. So he's like trying to. I mean, that sounds fun. Sounds like a mighty fine feller. Guard shop has shared a Shaymin and it keeps engaging with one of the growers. I mean, he is kind of the. He should be scared of Shaymin. Shaymin could easily just bop him in the face. Tight matchups, bro. But as this music is on the screen, it is Superstar something from Mario and Luigi's Bowser Inside Story. It's the final boss fight. And yes, it is amazing. Supernova something is what the title is called. Lol, no, it's making grinding and groaning noises a lot. So going, I mean, it's a problem when it starts calling you daddy, so that's a problem. Just know that. Then you have to just sit her down and be like, I'm not daddy, I'm just the nice fish who wants to help you out. Okay, daddy. That's the reference. That's the TikTok reference. There we go. Oh man, you can say anything on TikTok and make it funny. It's just how it is. Beauty. Look, we went shit. Like that was a thing for a long time. I do find it ironic that the TikTok culture is aware of the TikTok culture in the sense that like teachers will make videos about the students, like, all right, let's do our ABCs, and then go A, B, C, D, E, F, U, M. It's like, no, not that. No, that's not the right one. No. So. Yeah, Mario and Bowser's Inside Luigi Story. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story is a great game. I got stuck on it, so I never finished it, but it is a good game. Like, it has a lot of. It's a fun turn-based battle. It's kind of like Mario RPG in a sense. Plus, you get to play as Bowser, so it's fun in that regard too. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good song. Even better fight, but I have not done it. A lot of the boss music in Bowser's Inside Story is pretty solid. The phase changes to a new app. No. That's what I need to put. I need to put the I just used the soundbite so I know where it is. Let me find it. I may not use the JoJo's theme because it doesn't like the JoJo's theme. You get copyrighted for the JoJo's theme. I hit the talk to the thing. There you go. Bling. Edits. Oh my gosh, shiny crazy. Do I not have it anymore? Yeah, I do. It's right here. That's what I need. Like half the things people say in chat, just have it. And the favorite Nintendo track is Dr. Coyle's theme in ARMS. That ARMS has good music? What? That's new. Everybody's still in the Snapchat. I mean, it's pop culture. Things change. It's kind of the whole point of it. No point of it is to be hipsterist. Jeez. What, ARMS slaps? I haven't played ARMS. I just know it's a bad game. Everyone's like, worst Nintendo game ever, ARMS. It's like, okay. I won't play it then. And if Min Min and Smash is anything, yeah, I'm good. I have not heard ARMS, no. Typically the music comes from games I've played, and I'm like, oh, this is a fun Joel track. Oh, this will go on this playlist that I have. I do think this playlist is my creation now. I did steal, like, I borrowed it from a friend of mine named Gary. He's like, yeah, you can just take this and use it. I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks for putting it together, man. But he had a lot of, like, he had some JoJo stuff on there. He had a lot of VGR, and so I got rid of a lot of those things. Then added my own twist to it, like with a bunch of Sonic and some Zelda. So it's completely different at this point. Yeah. I think you got to make it your own too. You can't just take a playlist and use it, right? Gotta be partially some your own stuff to it. I mean, that's the whole thing of like culture in general. You just take take something and reimagine it. You know, that's just life in general. You like ARMS, okay? I've heard it's bad, and honestly, it's a fighting game, and I'm not a big fan of fighting games. So I haven't decided, like, well, I'm not gonna buy it. What are you gonna call this one? Edgy? Edgelord Galadian playlist? Eh? It's like, you better increase number. Better increase your number. I'm going through phases, okay? There's being a high school kid, alright? Okay. We all have that My Chemical Romance phase, it's fine. It's okay. We all have that we all have that man crush on Brandon Urie. It's perfectly fine. I know that's a different band. I'm not dumb, but you know, same thing. I'll tell you, one phase I never got out of was the Muse phase. Muse is actually really sick. They're like, you never know what to expect from Muse, and I like that from them. Sometimes they just come out with absolute, like, really rock heavy songs. And they're like, oh yeah, this electronic experimented, and I'm like, okay, sure, we vibe with this. I'm surprised that ARMS is underrated. That strikes me, man. I have to find some gameplay of it and watch it. I mean, I personally probably have no interest in it. I understand the premise, the premise of it, but nah. No, you probably have to get a mixer, honestly. That's where everything goes to die. Yeah. I didn't go far enough. There we go. I just remember that very well. Yeah, let's go play on Mixer. I'm like, okay, have fun. Have fun. I know a lot of things are trying to become Twitch, but I don't think anything's gonna hit it. Unless like people just get fed up with Twitch not listening to the community. Like Pokemon Go is still a big thing, and the community's been mad at them for a long time, so. If that shows anything, it's, you know, instead of people going, I don't like this, and still playing the game, we actually gotta stop playing the game. And stop funding the companies that those kind of things happen to. I worry about that with Pokemon in general, because I feel like they're just getting more and more away from what the fans would want. Also, they're also trying to hit like every kind of fan that's ever liked Pokemon. Yeah. Fix some things like the artist. Well, the artist badge, like the badge is, sure, they're good, they're nice things to have, but there's other things they need to fix first too. There's other things they need to deal with, and they haven't done yet. So. Rubika's personality is very chill, polite, and the more customers you get, she's uptight. No, we're on Daredevil. That's cool. So she likes Daredevil. Got it. 100%. They seem ore focused on appearance currently. Yeah, I like the focusing ore on appearances rather than actually typing the right message out. It's great. No, there's just a lot of things I don't agree with what Pokemon's done. I'm glad they're taking chances into different avenues. Like, you know, okay, this was a different way to approach a remake, which cool for them. I hope they never do it again. Because I'm like, there would be so much. This game would be so much better if Game Freak did it. I know that. Like Arceus is good, but has a step back too. So that's me. I meant with Twitch, lol, and say Twitch instead of I already went on the Pokemon, and then you went back to a conversation I'd already closed out, but you know, whatever. Add it to the list of running conversation topics in the chat. That works with me. And so, speaking of running conversation topics in the chat, let's talk about what games you want to see next, because I said I wouldn't bring that up again. Excuse. Oh boy. On several occasions, Daredevil spent copious amounts of money. I feel like that's a wrong way to spell copious, but it also could be correct, and I'd just be looking at it funny. His money and drinks at the bar and ended up passed out, typically requiring one of the other playbugs to come in and get him. He's typically found with a blick or something over him while he's head on the table. I mean, No rest for the wicked. Gotta find places to rest, eh? Why is my hand so like weird? I might need to get some of them grippy grips. Ba-da-da-da. Oh man. Now, Twitch is more focused on just getting by at the moment. They don't care about anything. They don't want to fix things, I don't think. They have really, in my opinion, they've really gone downhill since the whole Kappa stuff happened. They're like, yeah, we gotta kind of appease the bigger ups instead of listening to our creators and those kinds of things. So it's like when I started streaming here, it was like, okay, cool. They're really looking at this place for a creator. You know, it's very open. It's very easily accessible. Anyone can jump in and do it. Whereas YouTube is kind of like gating things. And now like that they got hit with that regulation, and now it's just kind of okay. Now we can't have fun things. It's unfortunate, you know. I've seen that a lot with my editing because like I've done like the sexy sax man a lot in some of the edits. I did that with JoJo. I got flagged for a JoJo song that I'd used in a previous edit somewhere. So I do always sit there and think nervously about if I ever get monetized on YouTube down the road, because I'm just gonna lose all the money I would have made. Because so many things just would get smacked. I feel like we just randomly get hit with a copyright. So I know. I don't know if there's really a lot of money or anything in YouTube at the moment. I don't really think there is. One thing I always have wondered about is like how influencers get their funds. Like I know a lot of them have OnlyFans accounts, and sure, that's a way to get money, but like I know sponsorships and things happen, but they can't be that much money. So probably not. What's the Garchomp saying? Relaxed? Oh. I don't think so, but like dumb things occasionally pop through. It's like, yeah, this is copyrighted. Why is this copyrighted? It's getting to the point where you can't play video games on YouTube, and that's a problem. Yeah. Nobody wants that. I remember thinking about it when Kappa was just not coming out. I'm like, if this keeps up the way it's going, we're gonna get to the point where me talking on the only audio I can have is me speaking. Like, I'm not gonna be able to bring clips in from anything else. I can't play a game. I can't do anything. It would be literally me talking. The screen would have to be literally just, I couldn't have a face cam because, you know, oh, I have G Fuel in the background. That's copyrighted by G Fuel. Can't have that. Removes all that. Oh, I have a Yoshi egg. That's a Mario property. Ooh, gone. Teddy Ursa. Oh, nope. That's Pokemon property. Sorry. Oh, you have a Zelda poster in the background. Well, too bad. It's like it would literally be you in a room with like a solid color wall behind you. Or just a black screen. So Yeah, I remember that was where I got my conclusion. I'm still fearful that'll happen. I mean, sure. Just chatting while playing a game, you know. Like, oh yeah, that paint's Sherman Williams. Sorry, we can't let you do that. We can't let you have paint on the wall. Sorry. Oh, what am I doing? What's going on with my controller? Don't. We're fine. We're fine. Just didn't flick the way it should have, so that's fine. I didn't want to play the game. That's completely fine. Yeah, it's like you can't really do much without getting something thrown at you. Also, no, it does not matter that I reset the game. It still functions as the same thing as a reset. I do think that'd be cool, just like have a daily shiny hunt, just... Yeah, the reset is just slower. Just do one... How many days have been hunting this? And we just like, alright, let's see what we get in the encounter today. If it's the shiny today or not. Oh, no, not the shiny. Well, do something else, you know? That'd be a fun way to do it. I mean, you would probably thousands of days. Or maybe not just like one encounter, maybe do a couple. So we're gonna do 5 encounters today on this thing. I wouldn't be bad. 5 encounters on this thing, 250. Yeah, you'd have 250 in 50 days. Yeah, still would be kind of slow. I mean, here we kind of do it that way anyway, but it's just a very much higher number. Like I do usually 5 hours of stream, so you can tell how many hours I put in by just counting the hundreds bar. So like at this point, almost 19 hours into this hunt. I'm trying to like whatever's doing with feedback currently. I mean, you get it like maybe. It's kind of like if you would do dailies in Animal Crossing or in any game. Like you go in, do your dailies, and then you jump into something else. Like yeah, that one game that you might not play that much, but you jump in, do your dailies, and leave. Because I did that with Animal Crossing a lot as a kid. I'd jump in. It wouldn't be extended breaks. You would do it daily, but you wouldn't put a lot of time into it. Like maybe 10 minutes. And go from there. Yeah. Well, I didn't say it had to be Shaymin, but you know. You do that with something. Any hunt. Call it a day. Let me refresh that. I just want to see something. Nope. Nothing there. Just kidding. Yeah, I thought that was happening. I mean, I guess that's not a bad thing. I mean, if you want to do a hunt, it's just be an interesting way to do a hunt, you know? Don't spend a lot of time. Don't just sit there and religiously hunt it over and over again every stream. Just a couple encounters here, a couple encounters every day, and then gradually get there, you know? Good way not to get burned out of it. I feel like that was a really fast encounter. Yeah. So they're pretty much visit there anytime he can. Both him and Rubiko want to play a lot of risky game for a visit. Just yeah, I guess that's true. Doing something that risky. I'm not reading that out of context. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I guess there's worse things to play, right? So, you play reindeer games, like Monopoly. Jeez. I'm all for playing Monopoly, but jeez, dude. Go long. Go long. That'd be a fun little stream to do. Just do Monopoly. I know I've talked about it, but just you'd have to have a big enough space. Like, just take a full living room, remove all the furniture in it, put a card table in the middle, get chairs on 4 sides, 4 set mics that are hooked up to each person, an overhead camera for the board, and then like a camera in the audience, like getting pitched, like set on each person. So doing something risky, you realize, yeah, I know. I'm very aware how that sounds out of context. That's why I said I might be taking things out of context, but I'm not. Don't worry about it. Moving on. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to do that. Definitely would be cool to do that. You'd also have to like have people in person to do that, and you'd have to have somebody running the camera system too. Make chat a ball ache, but yeah, that's the other part about it. Maybe it'd be good for like a video kind of thing. I don't know. How does the counter work? I'm just wondering if it's the timer or does it recognize the screen? Oh, no, I press a button. I have it keyed to a button on my keyboard. I press it and then it adds one. It's a script. It's like if button is pressed, if button A is pressed, increase counter by set number. If button B is pressed, decrease counter by set number. If button C is pressed, reset counter to 0. It's just a script. Makes it easier than me having to have a text file up and then edit the number manually. I use a thing called Death Counter. Death Counter soundboard, but just use the Death Counter. You can put a soundboard on it too. So made it easier than originally. I had it coded. I had a coding software and coded the button into my. Like actually coded a script and had it run that way. I lost all of that when I got this computer, and then I found the death counter, and I'm like, oh, this is so much easier than me trying to program everything manually. So essentially all it is there's a text file. The script tells it how many to go up or down. You can change that in the settings, and then go from there. Well, the other thing is I can manually edit the counter too, because like it's a text file. It reads it from a text file, so all I have to do is go to that text file and change the number. So, not too hard. So I don't think I have button C programmed, so mostly because when I'm starting a new hunt, I just manually do it. Because it doesn't happen that often that you need to press it. So it's weird. I'm not saying I'm programming like to key A to key B and to key C like the alphabetical like key. It's just an iteration. So the first iteration is key A, second iteration is key B, and the third iteration is key C. Or you can call it key 1, 2, and 3. But you have the same problem with numbers. So that's the thing. It's an example. So you have one key that is increase, one key is decrease, and one key is reset. And you can program that to any keys. Typically, I think they're programmed to the function keys, like F1 through 12. But sometimes those are sketchy to hit. So, no, one key thing I had was that I do have a timestamp key as well, but I don't timestamp things while I stream. I have a marker. So if I need to stamp something, I'm gonna mark it. I'm gonna do the 2000. I think that was my goal for the day. What do you want? Tell me I have an apartment. That's what we. Nope. I don't care about TikTok. I know about it. I look at it, man. I don't need emails about it, dude. Anger. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads you to killing your wife. What? I kind of do want to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I really kind of do. I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll do for the rest of the day. I'll plan out what the next like 9 months of content is. And I'll see you guys in February. Just bulk record the next series for TikTok, you know? I think it's a good premise. I don't know how they're going to continue the story per se. The only thing I noticed from the trailer that intrigues me is the ship, the Mantis, is crashed. Like a lot of the panning images is the ship being crashed or not operational. Yeah, that's true. That is true. So I don't know what they're gonna do with the story. Like I don't know. I guess I'm assuming Seer and Grease are out of it, as well as was it Sister Marin? Assuming they're all like not a part of the story. I'm really curious about the scene, the Sith in the video. Because, as far as you know, at the end of Jedi Fallen Order, all of the Inquisitors you have fought are gone. I don't know what the timeline is. It's like all the Inquisitors you have fought are dead. You know, the fourth sister, the ninth sister, the second sister are gone. Obviously, there's, you know, 1 and 2 through 8, that are still out there somewhere, I guess. 1 and 3 through 8, sorry. But I kind of thought it kind of looks like Vader. Like I kind of look like Vader, and then the guy monologuing is kind of like a Snoke figure, which is weird. Because if it's a Snoke figure, you know, because Cal is like 10 when Order 66 happens, and then Luke is just born, so obviously Luke is an adult by the time episode 4 starts. So it takes place in between the time span of movies 3 and 4, after Order 66, before the rise of the rebellion. So potentially there'll be some connection where Cal starts the rebellion. That would be a cool arc. But I don't know how the Snoke character would play into it. It's likely they just made another Sith Lord for the sake of making another Sith Lord. But if that's the case, there's no reason for Snoke to be around, because Palpatine still is around. So I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm dead, yeah. So I don't know what that would be like. Also, the big plot point of Fallen Order is gone, because it was to get the Jedi Holocron to train the younglings. Now, unless Cal had one or two names that he knew and remembered, and decides to train, you know, that could be a thing. But I don't know how the story continues. I thought Fallen Order was a really completed story. I don't know how it goes. Reaction to how Daredevil cares for Rue because like the nutcase cares about someone. I mean, I guess. I mean, sure. Oh yeah. I think it has a lot of good potential. I'm just wondering how it's gonna work. I'm also wondering, like, are we gonna go back to the same places we'd already visited, like Bogano, Zepho, and how are they gonna change? You need to add more to the Jedi Fallen Order story? I don't really think so. Why calm my bud? I don't really think so. You know, I think it's pretty completed. We start out finding Cal, learn about his past as a Jedi through cutscenes throughout his life. Get to experience Order 66 from a different perspective, which is really fun. It's kind of the trope now in Star Wars. How does Order 66 from this perspective? Get to see Cal struggle with the dark side on his own, and ultimately try to achieve the goal of what Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Yoda were trying to achieve post fallout of Order 66, which was rebuilding the Jedi Order, alongside the help of his mentor, who is Ser Junda. Now, a fun plot point is Ser could have decided to join the dark side, and that could be who Cal fights at the end of it, and that would be a fun little story. The question is what happens to Grease in that moment, because obviously, like, he has an emotional connection to both Ser and Cal. And so what happens with him? Why is the Mantis broken? I have a lot of questions. I'm just curious to see what happens with it, because they could do a lot of stuff. You can go a lot of different ways with it. Now, obviously, we're saying there's a gap, so like it's not immediately following, and so there could be a lot of things. You know, Cal could have, if you followed my arc, you know, rebuilt Dathomir with Sister Marin. Bound chicka wow, you know. But maybe that's what happened. Because I mean, the end of Fallen Order gives a lot of space for the story to go miles in different directions. So I don't know. Well, of course they're gonna give people a lot of questions to get them intrigued about the game. They'd be stupid. It's like, oh yeah, Cal. So everybody died but Cal, and he's trying to rebuild his life, and he has to fight Darth Vader and this guy who looks like Snow. That he's just I want to Daredevil to me feels like the most realistic of the characters. So like somebody who would be an actual, you could see a human turning that way after in that kind of situation. Kind of gives me the idea, like I kind of see an old Western desperado. That's what I kind of vibe with. It's like we're going to have to find that key first. I was gonna say also, like we could just know that feature of his story, and there could be a lot more to Daredevil that we don't know. But also, since you're the one making the story with some help from other influences, you know, I get that's all we know. So that's all there is. I like leaving it though in that space because there's a lot of, you know, you can do a lot of what if scenarios with Daredevil. You know, maybe like what does he care for the bartender in the way that, you know, he wants to be romantically involved, or is it just a really good friend? Is there a possibility for redemption from the addiction, or is it just something that has to be that he's going to continue to live with because he's grown to it? Like what's the story there? Like it has a lot of openings, and I like that having that ambiguity with a character is always good. That's what I like about what I like about a lot of the franchises. Like you can't, like no video game creator can give a final story to their character without, because that makes it canon. Like that makes it how it is, you know? You might be like, well, this character could have been like a really nice guy, but he's actually a massive dick. It's like, no, you could, you know, if you leave an ambiguous, he might have a reason to be a dick, or he might be a dick and only to this one person. I think of like the Zelda franchise, and there's so many different interpretations to that. Like where the timeline specifically is a good place to start. Or if you know, you see that take off in different facets. Like what if Link fails? What if Link is always a kid? What if Link's an adult and stays with, like, what happens with all those different stories? Like having that ambiguity gives the story room to grow and develop in different ways. So having a character that fits that mold like that works. Because they don't have to have a deep origin story. It's just where's their trajectory going forward and how does it run from there? So that's fun. Ba-da-dum. Probably not in terms of getting over an addiction. His job as a plague blood witch's mercenary makes him getting away from his addiction to adrenaline pretty much impossible. But it's not to say like there couldn't be like a story. There could be some story arcs in there. So It gives a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential energy there that can be used into some kind of force. Moving forward. Alright, play can score things. But also, the way you answered it is probably. Probably is not an absolute. I know Siths only deal in absolutes, and I will do what I must, but... And I will try, but... You know, that's not a certainty. Like, there's a case that, you know... As long as the percentage is open... We have it. There's a chance, you know? It could be slim, but it's a possibility at some point. Yes, I did just make a Mustafar's episode 3 reference there. You're welcome. That's such a good way. Like, honestly, the people who do that for like their like Tinder bios and stuff, power play to you. Cause I see it. I've seen that with that one. I've seen it with. Did you trust my drum set? You know, like having those abilities there, it makes it just great. I have another YouTube Studio notification. What do you want? No, somebody getting caught up on XD. No. In terms of remaining stuff with Rubica, kinda. See, it's not like it's a possibility. Neither are really actively going for it, and let's convince too. Rubica is far more interested in what she does. Because she just doesn't feel her romance is direction for two need to go in. I know, right? It's great. It's like we don't want to be dating because it ruins a friendship, and yay. Yay. It's fun. See, possibilities. It's great. That would have been a fun shiny reaction, just rocking back and forth in a chair. Like, is he okay? Like, no, that's fine. It's good. Campbell's tomatoes. That's what it is. Possibilities. Yeah. Like, I know that's a slogan for something. I think Howard is one of my most unique characters, backstory, story-wise. I'm proud of his backstory. I'm proud of his backstory. I'm dead. Boom. This should be supporting me. Yeah, let's go. Let's get the baseline going. Yay. Yeah, as I said, like the having like famous movie quotes and stuff that you have to like that are dialogues is a really good thing for like a Tinder bio, because like the awkward part about like doing online dating and stuff is like sending that first message, like who does it, what do you say, how do you approach, you know, and if somebody's like somebody leads off with that, like lays it out for you and you get it and you can go with that, boom, you have it in right there, and then you're just laughing at each other, so it breaks the ice. Too much fun. I haven't read a backstory like his where he specifically has made to have traumas and reignited by the main characters. I mean, hey, it works. Creates an interesting dynamic. To the pressure. Ba-na-na-na-ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-ba-na-na. Mm-mm. 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 It's great. I mean, you said the coward, because the coward is the puppeteer, and that was your favorite character, so makes sense that that would be your favorite. And especially since you're the most proud of it, you know, that also makes sense that it's your favorite. So if we learn anything from today, Supreme has it does pick a favorite child. Keep that in mind. I'm just saying. Most people do. I mean, yeah. My thing is, I'm more difficult on the one that I care about the most. To the point that they hated me because that's what I do to people. But it's fine. Puppeteer and the coward have nothing to do with each other unless I misheard. Who's the? Oh no, the cow. Yeah, I got confused. My bad. I was thinking of someone else. I still. No, they have nothing to do with each other. I got it. Coward is the one that gets all the, yeah. I don't know why I put them together. Yeah, I mean, most people do. The chat, spam or spam. Oof. 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 I don't know who you're watching, not my channel, obviously. Oh my gosh, I ain't Shaymin, woot. 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 What's up?
You are watching a master at work.
A Pokemon master. I think most people agree with you that though. Forgot that was the thing. See, it's giving you Hackley vibes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I didn't get the third. I didn't get the three. I didn't get the triple, man. I wish you just had the clip of the streaming Quagsire meme. No, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I am in this chat, right? A butt. What? Sorry, in this chat. Hi, in this chat, I'm dad. That's what I said. No. I'm not supposed to be live for like the last 3 hours. I'm assuming a mod. Yes, there is a sweared. An S word in front of his name, you know. Everybody else has a sword. Celix has an S word in front of his name. No. Incorrect. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? The Senate shall decide your fate. I am the Senate. I'm sorry. That's a weird one to quote. That's a weird part of that to quote, but alright. Turn it up. How much longer stream? 50 encounters. I don't know how long that'll be. So I want to get to 2,000, so below that. Wrong episode, but sure. To democracy. Boom 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 doom bum ba doom doom. That's what we do next. Sonic the Hedgehog. Zero death run. We never will beat the game. It's only Star Wars Regime you had me in. Don't tell me that. I know that. I mean, you could raid and then you get a wow. Me actually putting emphasis into it. Oh. Do. Excuse me. Everyone is on. It's supposed to be loud. It gets your attention. I've done it. Jedi Master Chaos. Yo, I got 2 master's degrees. Yo. Jedi Master and Pokemon Master. Let's go. Your mind up. Gotta make your mind up. Boo. Doc's still your favorite of my characters? Well, did I say Doc was my? No, I like your one. He's just he seems fun. He seems fun. I've got no response for the Jedi, not Jedi Fallen. The Sonic 06 Deathless Run. None. No, just me. If you don't do that as a streamer, what are you doing? What's your favorite backstory? There's a hair somewhere. That's a good question. I don't know. Gut feeling. Gut feeling tells me to pick the coward, but I don't know. So it would be really hard. Oh, it's impossible. It's like speedrunning. It's like playing a game but never messing up. Period. Like that's what it is. You can't, like, literally can't mess up and you die. That's how bad it is. You gotta be lucky to get past the first speed section. Either that, I don't remember them. I can't remember a few of them, but the coward is one that I like. I like the puppeteer too, but those are the ones that stick out to me. The answer is why not both? I mean, I guess. You can't be human or you die. No. Exactly. Yeah. It's a very wonky game. Because they were trying to get it out by it was an anniversary release, so they wanted to get it up. I think it was a 10-year anniversary of Sonic. So, methinks. No, Sonic's way before that. It was the 20-year anniversary, my bad. I don't remember. It was an anniversary. But it's like one of the biggest cases of, hey, don't rush a game just to get it out to meet a deadline. So. And now everyone's taking the opposite approach, was where, oh, we have a deadline, but you know what, let's push it back a year. Why not? Which makes this year very sucky for me, because I was like, really wanted to play Jedi Survivor, really wanted to play Sonic Frontier, really wanted to play Breath of the Wild 2, and I mean, I don't even know if AI does everything if you do everything perfectly, I still think you might lose. Just because the game might decide, oh, just decide to crash for no reason. It does make for some pretty fun speedrun glitches, though. There's a Tails section of the game in the Sonic story. And I watched how to do the speedrun of it first. And so I just like skipped half the map. It's all because there's just no invisibility like wall that cuts you off. It sounds fake. No. It's a rough challenge, definitely. Like, I don't think there's a way to beat it, honestly. So you have to know the workings of the game to the point that you will not die. Based on game mechanic. So the work I put in for doing Jedi Fallen Order Deathless is nothing compared to what it would be for Sonic 06. It'd be like maybe 1% of the work. I died a lot in that game. And I don't die in Sonic games. So yeah. Not to mention, literally after the boss fight, it was like, okay, I'm gonna just lose. You know? It is the most utterly defensive game you would have to play. Where every step is well thought out and placed. If you get hit by one of the enemies in a bad spot, like you get hit by one of the bosses in a bad spot, They put you in a corner, you glitch into the wall, and then you cannot move. Or they put you in a corner and then they proceed to just spam attacks at you that you can't dodge because you're in a corner. Like there's a silver fight. He just keeps chucking boxes at you, and I got stuck in a corner and kept getting hit by a box. Quest is the one I really like. Quest is he's alright. Not my favorite. He's just kind of there. He's kind of there for me. Kind of there for me. I think I like more of the other ones better. I know. We only covered like half, not even half. Maybe like a third of the characters. So. I mean, there's not one that I hate, so. I'm not a big fan of two of the ones we haven't talked about yet. But I'm sure I will like them more once we talk about them. Everybody. Oh man. The other fun part about life right now is I don't know. I probably won't know until Tuesday if I have the apartment or not, because I talked to some of the people I live near, and they're like, "Yeah, we got approved. We're good." As I said, like their criteria is for me staying. I'm like the last one who will know. So. That's part of it. It's like I can't. Is it based on it? No, it's based on being foreign and having family, which I don't have either. So. Yeah, I'm last. Although I'd find it hard for them to have somebody who's a single student from that's foreign that would also be the same place. So like, I don't have enough. Like my apartment is not big enough for a family to live in. Like it's barely big enough for me to live in. It feels like it should not be 4 o'clock. Also, I really should not be streaming today. Wow. Not be streaming this long. Which makes everything fun. I should have got off 3 hours ago. The day doeth be long. Just how it go. Well, also, like, Memorial Day is on Monday, so I have to be out on Tuesday, and so the office isn't open on Monday. I'm just like, I can't get a hold of anyone until Tuesday, even though I've tried many times. So I'll probably like, I've been wanting to do some cleanup stuff. I haven't. I've been preparing content more than anything. But like, it's likely that I won't be off too long if I have to do anything. So I have a place to stay. I don't know how the internet is, so yeah, it's a bad time for them to do this. Well, my fear is that they got my, because I did 2 applications, one for fall, one for summer. My fear is they saw the fall one and just assume they saw both of them, assumed they were both summer, and assumed they're both fall, and just discarded them. So I don't think they've looked at my summer application at all. Even I meet their criteria to stay, like I'm working an internship. So I have the gut feeling that I'm going to be able to stay, but I have the rationale that's like, you don't know that for sure. But I feel like I'm going to go over there Tuesday morning and be like, hey, I'm just curious, like I hadn't heard back about the summer housing, and see what happens, because if not, I'm going to try to buy a couple. I'm going to try to buy some time. Because I originally thought the summer housing wasn't guaranteed until the 15th of June, which doesn't make sense. But that's the fall, when the fall housing will be situated, not the summer housing. Well, if I'm approved for fall, there's probably nobody living here, so there's no reason that they should keep me out of the apartment. But also at that point, I don't want to move my stuff just to move right back in. So I'm assuming they lost the summer application, and or they're just really bad at getting back to me. Because I feel at bare minimum, Friday they would have gotten to me and said something. Especially since everybody I know already has been approved or not. But also, like, they should have gotten back to me regardless of if I said yes or if it was a yes or if it was a no. Especially since I reached out in an email to a separate email from the application asking about it. So there's definitely some red flag going on here that I'm very concerned about. Also, I would be surprised if a greedy college would not take my money to live here. Makes no sense. One thing I've changed about the coward is his voice. Whenever he's tense and scared, his voice glitches out and starts stuttering like glitching TV. I mean, I guess. Wouldn't that be like most of the time though? Then I would not like the character. That's annoying. That would be annoying. I don't know. It's like one of his traumas comes up and it's such a dumb situation. I mean, it also could be the thing where I get denied for the fall and approved for the summer. I just don't know about the summer yet. It also sucks that this is also the same week that I have to worry about all the car stuff. So, like, that happened at the most inopportune time in the world. I don't know whose serial I peed in to cause it, but okay. Yeah, I was having a pretty solid life for a while there, and it's like, yeah, time to kick this guy down, take him down a few pegs, you know. He deserves it. But you know, fair, I'm a horrible person, so I definitely deserve to have all this happen to me, so it's fine. Tetsuya is affected by how scared he is. The only one applying the one word he says every now and then. I mean, yeah. I would not like that. She didn't get injured though. You know, at this point, I like pain. This point, I like pain. No. Well, I thought I had a concussion because, like, my head, I had a headache for 3 days. It's like, that's bad, but that's gone away. I think it's more of a stress headache than anything because I added extra stress because of it, and that I didn't need, obviously. So. I'm surprised neither of us were injured. That's just the weird part about it. So that's just funny. More hospital bills on top of everything else to pay for. Not just everything's frustrating and annoying, and I hate it. I mean, it already was frustrating and annoying, but whatever. You had someone else in the car as well? Well, I didn't. A stray car was not driving down the interstate and hit me, so like, and so I was the only one in a 2-vehicle accident, so you know, it totally makes sense, you know. I probably head out. I'm dead. Oof. Said that time of day already. You ever explain how you got in no accident? Well, you don't need to know that now, do you? Because I said I didn't want to talk about it. What are we talking about? Yeah, forehead. I'm done talking. I don't want to talk about it. It's annoying. Enjoy the rest of your day, Supreme. You choose to leave our comfortable abode. Weird thing happened. What am I being tweeted at now? I always feel weird when I type Shaymin because it looks like it's spelled wrong. I don't know why it looks like it's spelled wrong, but it just looks like it's spelled wrong. You know? No, I haven't. We're not talking about this. I'm done. I'm not. Don't want to talk about it. Hey, let me ask you another question that's immediately pertaining to the exact same thing I said, just I don't want to talk about. So. Jeez. You switch topics to the exact same thing. It didn't work. Denied. You might as well have said oatmeal. That would have been better in the context of things here. Jeez. Why now? Oh man. This chair is warm. I have like 9 fans going. How is this still hot? Jeez. Nope. It's a weird time to press the button. I didn't even go far enough down. Come on. What are you doing? I'm trying to be done with this. Trying to hit the end stream button, man. As fast as possible. Speed run pressing the end of stream button. Oof. Just finds the shiny. All right, bye. And then just, yeah, that'd be great. Would be that guy. Would be me. I don't know, man. I don't know. Back in the fetch field. Why is it a fetch field? Nope. Nope. But OBS is being very glitchy lately, so that's fun. It's like, hi, I crash if you move one thing. It's like, okay. I didn't want you to function, yeah. Wop. Tropical Rain's been vaulted. Oh, fun. Alright, rest in peace, Tropical Rain. That's weird. I thought that was like a standard flavor. Wow. It's good. Should probably not be on Twitter, but I guess it's fun. I mean, it's not a standout flavor, it's just a flavor. One they put in every, like, oh, here's a starter pack. Yep, yeah, Tropical Rain. Same like Phase Berry, which I guess is just some other kind of berry now. I don't know. Yeah, they don't do the little packs anymore, really, which is kind of annoying. So I end up having to try it via can, and that's not that great. So if you go buy them off the site, you have to buy like a 20 pack or something like that. All right, well, really good progress today to get stuff done, so that's fun. We're gonna fun shenanigans here at the end. Wrapping it up. 20k, 2k, and a dream. So about halfway to odds. I will pick this up on potentially Wednesday. I will let you guys know about the stream and stuff, but so follow me on Twitter and join the Discord server for that. Check out my links to Twitter, Discord, YouTube, Invisible Corporations Commons. I would say the tournament happened today, but no, it's probably a good thing that the tournament didn't happen today because I was knackered earlier, so that's fine. But we will be back with this soon. You can check out ! schedule if you want to see what else we got going on, but the plan is tomorrow we're doing Octopath with Kong. So if you want to hang out with that, that'd be cool. Appreciate you guys coming and check that out. I don't know how long it's been since I've rated this person, but I know the majority lot probably already watching, so might as well. And I don't get to do this often, so let's go say hi to Jimmy. He's probably about done streaming as well. I'm doing some Arceus resets, so go enjoy. Jamie, thank you for being here. If you're here for a short period of time, a long period of time, chatting, lurking, however, I appreciate the support. Feel free to continue doing so, and go enjoy Jimmy. But that'll be it from me. Thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. Till next time, my name is Dad. Why is my name Dad? I don't know. My name is Chaos. I'm signing off. Stay safe. Right up.